What is up, PTG people? We are here with my week 2 matchup against Scotty and the slow pokers. But before we get into the team building portion, I need to address something real quick. I did use my last 2 respins this past week. One of the guys who runs the league, Bam, he was using one of his, and he asked a bunch of people, hey, anyone want to do some spins with me, get them all done together? And I was like, you know what, screw it. There's a couple mons I'm just not feeling too bothered with using, so I'm going to go ahead and just spin them off. Why not? See what I can do. So, first one I spun off is going to be Cloyster. I had another ice type on the team. I've had a bunch of water types on the team, so I wasn't too bothered with it. I don't really care too much for ice types on my teams if I don't need it. So not a big deal to get rid of. So I did get rid of Cloyster, and I ended up getting Lino the Raikou, a nice fast electric type, more... Lino is really good, more of an offensive electric type, not as focused on the defensive aspect as Zapdos tends to be. So it's kind of interesting for me. Another electric type kind of isn't the best, but at least both of them aren't weak to the same things, so it's kind of okay. So we're good there, but got some new tools this generation, like the Scald and whatnot, so it's going to be a lot of fun to utilize. I have been having a lot of fun using Raikou so far. I've had it in a couple leagues since it came back in the Ground Tundra, and it's been an incredible mon to use so far, so excited to have it here and see what it does. And then the next mon I spun, which might be a surprise to you, is Galar Darmanitan. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I'm currently using it in another league, and I'm just not really feeling it. I don't know. I feel too locked in with prepping with it and how it plays, and in order to not feel all locked in on how it's supposed to work, I have to run Zen mode, which is incredibly inferior in a lot of different ways, and doesn't work in most matchups. So it's like, I feel like I have to use it the same way all the time, and I just don't fancy doing that. So I decided that I just don't feel like using it in here. I figured there's not too many S tiers that would cause an overlap on my team, so why not? Worth a shot. Well, we got Pennywise the Blacephalon. So now we have 2 fire types to go along with our lovely another fire type to go along with our lovely Mega Houndoom, which is great. Just great. Did not need another special attacking fire type. It can hit on the physical side, which is good. I can utilize that. I have utilized it before. It is actually pretty decent. Not great, but it's decent. It does what it's supposed to do, which is the important part. But yeah, we have Blacephalon now, so that is something that happened. We picked up these mons, and yeah, we have them available for our week 2 match. So with that being said, let's go ahead into the team builder. I needed to go over that, as you can see, because the first one coming this week is going to be Lino the Raikou. And actually, hold on. I completely forgot to pull up Scotty's team. Let me go ahead and do that. Perfect. It's still set for the PTG one. Nice. Scotty's team, the slow pokers, is the Mega Sharpedo, Toxapex, Tornadus Therian, Porygon 2, Sylveon, Araquanid, Silvally, Swellow, Electrode, Golurk, and Chinchino. The problematic mons being Silvally, because it can be any type, and frankly, in a meta where everyone's got randomized stuff and not super balanced teams, a mon like Silvally is kinda busted. So definitely pretty cool stuff. I love that. Love that I have to fight a Silvally in a matchup where I'm not particularly with a balanced team, so it's going to be fun to deal with, but we'll figure it out. Mega Sharpedo, we do have to Mega immediately in this league, if I remember correctly, so it's not as good. It's basically just a base 105 speed water-type beater, so I can get around that, not too bothered by it. It's not like something that's going to sweep my whole team. Breaking the regen core of Toxapex Tornadus is going to be a pain, to say the very least. So definitely not looking forward to fighting that. Trying to break through P2 and Sylveon as well is going to be a pain if they show up. Sylveon hits pretty much everything on my team incredibly hard, so that's going to be a problematic mon to deal with. And Golurk, shockingly, is a problem. We do have plenty of water types, but he can be faster than some of them. They're bulky, and he hits so hard, most things on our team can't really deal with it. We literally had to bring one mon specifically because of Golurk, and it doesn't even deal with it that well, so need I say more? So, yeah, we have that going for us. Yeah, this is going to be a tough matchup, but we're going to give it a shot and see what happens. As you can see, again, our first mon up is going to be Raikou, Lionel the Raikou, with Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Scold, and Hidden Power Ice. We can use Hidden Power here. I double-checked, I think, a couple times. We can use Hidden Power. It's just straight-up National Dex rules, so that's important to note. That's important to note. Right. Okay, so yeah, we got the... Doesn't say anything about moves like that being not allowed, so yeah, they are allowed as far as I'm aware. I believe Hidden Power is... I believe I asked about it. But Hidden Power Ice is basically... What was my reasoning for Hidden Power Ice? I think it was for situations where if I'm faced off against, like, Tornadus and I need something that can hit both, I think that was why I included that. Because this thing hits pretty much everything on his team incredibly hard, bar the Electrode, but Electrode's, like, not super bulky, so it's not really that big of a deal. And offensively, it doesn't do that much. But this thing hits everything on his team incredibly hard, depending on what Silvally type he is, also could be a thing. But this thing's really strong against him. Scald is also for the Golurk. If I can get up against the Golurk 1v1, Scald's better. Yeah, I can pretty much smack most of his team, and if I can break through the Golurk, then I can just click Volt Switch or Thunderbolt against his team pretty free. So that's cool. Enough speed to outspeed the Sharpedo. And yeah, that's pretty much all I really needed. Just kind of threw the rest into HP. And yeah, we living it up. Next up, we're bringing Reginald, the Kingler. I really struggled to see what I wanted for this thing in this match. So I ended up going with Muscle Band on it. Muscle Band just kind of worked better. Give me that nice overall boost instead of just giving me like a boost from the super effectives. Because frankly, looking at the matchup, I'm not hitting a lot of things on this team super effectively. I'm only hitting the Golurk super effective with Crab Hammer and Knockoff, and the Toxapex super effective with the high horsepower. And obviously, like, I would potentially be hitting super effective on the on the Savali if he brings a typing that is weak to me, but that's entirely who knows. We want Adamant Nature. I want this thing to smack as hard as possible through the last remainder into HP and through 176 into speed. 176 in speed allows me to outpace, I believe that's max speed Golurk? Yes, because Golurk is base 55 speed, and he taps out at 229, I believe. So if he's like a max speed offensive Golurk, we will outspeed him and be able to smack him and knock him out. We have the Swords Dance because Swords Dance, if this thing gets a Swords Dance up and is able to smack something, it's just dropping it. It's dropping it like a lead weight. It's going to hurt a lot. This thing's dangerous. It's dangerously strong. Especially Toxapex. I believe once we get an SD up, we kill Toxapex after rocks. Fun fact, we're not bringing rocks. But it's fine, because I'm sure we would be able to get some chip damage off on it beforehand. Anyway, but Swords Dance is good here. High horsepower for Toxapex, knock off for items, and Crab Hammer just because it's a crab and I want to hammer people. Duh. Next we have Layers of the Celebi with Culver Berry, Natural Cure, Giga Drain, Psychic, Recover Thunderwave, Max HP, 236 Special Attack with a Modest Nature, and 20 Speed. We have the 20 speed so that we can outpace the base 60s if they are running max speed. That includes the Porygon 2, the Sylveon, etc. Don't expect P2 to run speed, but Sylveon could. So it'd be nice to outpace them. And it cost us very minimal investment, so it was kind of worth it. Being modest, we do hit decently hard with this thing. We have the Colbur so that we can live a hit from Sharpedo and KO it immediately back with the Giga Drain. Crunch should only be doing about 50-ish% to us from Sharpedo, and then with the Giga Drain, we kill it and get back about 30-ish%, I think, from that. So we end up with a pretty high amount of HP. We have Thunder Wave because if we can force something out and catch something like the... if we can catch something like Tornadus on switching onto this thing, or like the Swellow maybe, or like Silvally if it's not a ground type, something like that. If we can catch one of those with a Thunder Wave, especially the Cinccino. Cinccino would be really great to Thunder Wave if we could. That would be really huge. It would be very nice to have that, for sure. So yeah, that's our Celebi. And we have Recover, because Recover. Really didn't need anything besides this moveset. Like, this moveset's perfect. It literally has no flaw to it in this matchup. So, woo! Next up we have Dae the Primarina, Kebiberry with Torrent, Calm Mind, Moonblast, Psychic, and Life Dew. Max HP, max special attack, and 4 into speed. This is kind of to cover the opposite side of the speed spectrum of the base 60s. If they are running no speed investment, we will outspeed them. This thing, if it gets a Calm Mind up, he doesn't really have anything that can tank a hit from this particularly well, or that wants to tank the hits for too long. Moonblast getting special attack drops potentially allows us to beat over the Porygon 2 pretty easily. After a Calm Mind or two, we get to beat down the Tornadus, we Oko, the Sharpedo. We can beat down pretty much everything with Stab, Moonblasts. The only resistance to it is Toxapex, and we have Psychic, which will allow us to break through that as well. And then we have Life Dew, just because I wanted to have a little bit of extra recovery just in case. Kebiberry is to cover for mainly either like Sludge Wave on Tornadus, which is a possibility, or it can cover for Poison Jab on Mega Sharpedo, allowing us to KO that thing without any actual effort, which would be nice. Next up we have Spiky Burb, the Zapdos, Leftovers Static Ability, Thunderbolt, Hurricane, Roost, Defog. Defog specifically, this thing solely came because Araquanid was there. Like, obviously Electrotype's doing a number on his team, but because Araquanid exists, this thing has to show up without any debate. This thing has to be here because Defog. I cannot have webs sitting on the field the whole game. It will completely screw me. No debate. It will screw me beyond belief, and I cannot have that. cannot have that happen. No way. So, very much need to be able to get rid of those. We are running enough speed to outpace base 95s, being Silvally. Anything slower than that, of course. Max HP and 40 into Spadef. Running max HP is fine because I do not believe he's only Rockers Golurk, and I don't believe he's going to bring Golurk with rocks. I think he's going to have to do. I think he's going to have to still be like more of an offensively focused Golurk, like probably bulky but still offensively focused. I don't think he's going to bring rocks, so don't have to worry about boots and or having odd HP for rock switch-ins. I'm not too worried about it. I threw the last 40 into special defense because I felt like that would help us deal with Tornadus a little bit better. I thought that would help us deal with Toxapex a little bit better, Porygon. So he's got a lot of special attackers on this team. So I felt like this would be much more beneficial for us in the long run. Static is also could be crucial because he does have Chinchino, and if I can get this thing in on a tail slap turn, that's 30% chances in a row for him to be paralyzed. I do not know the chances of that. I do not know what that equates to percentage-wise, but that's a chance that I'm willing to take for sure. Thunderbolt hits his whole team pretty hard. Hurricane helps us with helps us hit the Golurk, but it also hits most of his team incredibly hard. And the only resistance to Hurricane is Electrode, which isn't really much of a resistance. And then Roost and Defog are pretty straightforward. Last but not least, we have Pants, the Scrafty. We're running 20 speed investment to make sure we're outspeeding uninvested base 60s. Max HP and 236 def. Again, like I said, his team is very specially offensive, so having this Spadef investment is really good for us, especially with Intimidate. We have Bulk Up, Drain Punch, Knock Off, and Iron Head. With leftovers, we can constantly be getting HP back with leftovers, plus the Drain Punch and Knock Off. Plus the Drain Punch is going to be getting us back good amounts of health. Knock Off allows us to get rid of items and potentially nuke the Golurk, which is very important. Because if the Golurk is uninvested, we will also outspeed that, of course. And that's very important for us. Drain Punch, being able to break through things like Sharpedo and Porygon 2, especially. If I can get up a Bulk Up or 2 before P2 comes in, we basically just nuke our way through that. If he brings Sylveon, it's not speed invested. We will be able to nuke through that with Iron Head. Just overall, I feel like Scrafty has a pretty solid matchup. I feel like Scrafty can do some good work here. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what it can do. I apologize for the quick team building session. This actually is taking place after the battle has already taken place. Mainly just because time zones are weird. I explained it at the beginning of the battle. But I tagged him at 2:30 today to battle, and he that was like 4 a.m. for him, and so he didn't get back to me until like an hour ago, and it's now like 11:30. So, needless to say, it's been a long day. But battle is done now, and here's the team building portion, and now we're gonna go show you that battle that just happened. Enjoy! Alrighty, we are here, PTG people. We are here for our week number 2 matchup against Scotty and the Slowpokers. We're just waiting on him to send the challenge to us now, and yeah, we're gonna get into this. It's a little later than I typically would like to play, especially because I work in the morning. But I'll sleep in for work tomorrow. That's fine. I'll sleep in a little later. Not a problem at all. I'll make it work. But mostly because it's time zones. Time zones are dumb. I tagged him at 2:30 my time and it was like 4 in the morning for him. So it was like really ugly time zone to work with. It is what it is. Time zones suck. Hate them. Hate them with a passion. So we will work with it, and we will make do what it do. So we're just gonna wait the challenge. Alright, there we go. You want the team for the Slowpokers, and boop. Let's do it. Okay. Like, have fun, and let's take a look at the situation. He did bring the Golurk, which I expected him to do. He brought it the first week, and it put in a lot of work for him. He brought the Mega Sharpedo. He brought the Regen Core with Toxapex and Tornadus. He brought the Chinchino, and he brought the Araquanid. So he brought the same 6 from week 1, which is interesting. So no Sylveon to contend with, which is really, really good, because it makes Pants a lot better in the long run, which is really good for us. I genuinely don't remember why I did half these sets the way I did. But this makes Bulk Up Pants a lot stronger. Static Zapdos can do some work here, for sure. If I can get it in on the right move with Chinchino, I can potentially get a static on it. That'd be good. Calm Mind Life Dew Primarina is insanely strong here. Insanely strong. Love that a lot. The Kebia Berry makes it a little bit better too. Later in the game, I can potentially live like a Sludge Wave from Tornadus, or like a Poison Jab from Araquanid, and that could be really helpful, or Poison Jab from Sharpedo, which is good. Celebi's good. Celebi's decent here. Not the best in the world, but it's decent. I have the Color Berry for knockoff purposes, so you deal with that thing. Reginald is going to put in some work, I'm sure. And of course, cannot forget good old Lionel, which I think I'm going to lead with. Alright, he does have webs. We do have defog, so I'm not too worried about it. We'll switch immediately. Not too concerned. He's going to go right into Tornadus, which is very interesting. Very, very interesting to see he goes right into Torn. I'm going to go straight out to Zapdos. Alright, let's immediately threatens this thing so I can click Hurricane pretty much free. Yup. Big damage on the Golurk. How much did that do? Golurk. Alright, so he's max HP. Yeah, he's potentially max HP. Or is he just offensive Assault Vest? No. No, he's just max HP. Max HP with no Assault Vest. That's a roll for that. Which is perfect. I love that. Okay. Now my switch into this is non-existent. Realistically, it could actually just be... Actually, if he's not speed invested, I don't speed him with Scrafty, so I can go hard Scrafty, see what he does. Get the Intimidate off, so we could probably live a hit. He goes Dynamic Punch immediately. It was a worry of mine. I'm not going to lie, I did think the Dynamic Punch could come out right away, but I wasn't sure if he would click it immediately. But he's a man who does not mess around, to say the least. I think I'm just going to go for the knock anyway. That's fine. I want to Drain Punch. He could CC right away, but there's a lot of things I could switch into that, so I don't know if he does. We live the waterfall. Do not hit yourself. Come on, dude. How much was that doing? How much was that doing? Hitting himself twice in a row. I did 70 to 83 to Mega Sharpedo. That would have dropped him flat. Damn, that really sucks. Man, okay. Not the best start to the game, to say the least. Not the best start. And go Celebi. And Thunder Wave immediately. He might think I'm Scarf, so he won't stand, so I could potentially get a T-Wave on the Tornadus, and I want to do that. And even if he does stand and just go for the Crunch, I have the Colbert to live it. He does go straight for the Crunch. I do have the Colbert to live it. And then there's that. I can just Giga Drain here. I get free damage off on anything. I OHKO this thing and get back 34%. Yep. 35. I think I don't go Zapdos right away. I think instead of going Zapdos right away, I think I go Kingler. He sets up the webs, which is fine. I can defog him with my Spiky Burb later. I'll just knock this thing off, deal with that, get rid of whatever item he's packing. Goes into Toxapex, which is really good. We can get rid of leftovers. Nice. Against Toxapex, what's he looking like? Knockoff did 26, so he's probably just physically defensive. High horsepower does 44 to 51. So 2 high horsepowers does kill him from this range. I'm just going to go for the first one. Alright. Now, with that, I don't think he stays in here. So I think instead of clicking high horsepower again, I'm going to click knock. Oh, it's fine. Does he stay in here? Aha! Got him. He expected me to click knock again and overpredict, but I got rid of his Toxapex. Cool. Nice! We take those. I got a kill with a Kingler. Now, how does he treat this thing? He goes free for Bullet Seed. That almost wasn't enough to kill him. Can I live with Zapdos? Can I live a Rock Blast? I cannot live a Rock Blast. My best bet is to go into Lionel here. Click Skull, try to get a burn on this thing. This mon's problematic, to say the very least. Especially now that Scrafty died early. Earlier than he should have. Because I had outs to switch into after I got the Drain Punch off. Once I got that big damage on the Sharpedo, I had outs, but it's just a matter of how I played my outs, you know? But unfortunately, my outs were not there. Were not present. Skull should do 40 to 48% to this thing. He goes for Tail Slap immediately. Yeesh. Did I get the burn immediately? Thank you. Alright, now I have to preserve this. Against a burn Chinchino. Well, hold on, let me actually look at that. He's not banded, obviously. So he's just straight up damage. Yeah. So against Zapdos, Rock Blast, burned. Oh my goodness. No questions asked. We go on to Zapdos. We defog immediately. Perfect. We roost all of this off. No debate, we roost all this off. That had a crit on a single hit. That did he's the King Rock set, I'm going to be really upset. Delicious. One more roost, get us out up to full, and we should be in a good spot. I just realized I didn't change the trainer avatar from when Ayla played her game earlier. Damn it. Unfortunate. Nice. Basically back up to full. Unfortunately, I do need to just go ahead and kill this thing now. Oh, nice. I clicked Thunderbolt on the right turn. That did... 47%. That is Assault Vested Torn. That's Ass Vest Torn. Yeah, 100%. Max HP Ass Vest Torn. I'm gonna Hurricane. Yep, went right into Golurk. Nice. I am not going to stay in on Golurk, though, because I don't want to risk hitting the Hurricane. So I'm going to go hard Primarina. The Stone Edge, that's fine. Shout speed this thing, and Moonblast should kill it. Yeah, Moonblast is the right play. It's good damage on everything. 40%. Nice. I'm Kebia Berry, so if he is Sludge Wave, I should potentially be able to take it. What do I take that hit from Torn if he's Sludge Wave? Yes, we do. So we will be able to kill him with Moonblast then. He does kill us with Air Slash, which means he is like max HP, max special attack. Has to be. Because Hurricane without investment. Yeah, he needed to be. There's also a roll to kill. I want to make that abundantly clear. How much does HP Ice does? 24 to 29. I feel like my Zapdos might be faster than this. Honestly. Like, shit, he put the timer on. I didn't know the timer was allowed. I did outspeed, so I do know that I can outspeed him now. Is he faster than me? There's no way. There's no way he's faster. He's only ever clicked one move at a time. Would he be able to outspeed? No, because he's max HP. I've determined this. Hurricane did 45 that time. Okay, we hit it. Cool. I know I'm faster than Torn now, so I'm faster than everything. Except the Chinchino, which the Chinchino's not a threat. But I also have Scarf Raikou as well, which hits incredibly hard here. Scarf Raikou can clean this up. Okay, I'm just gonna Thunderbolt. I don't care. I can roost up in front of Torn. I can roost up in front of Araquanid, no problem. And I also potentially can end up static parrying the Araquanid. Araquanid, standard. Hurricane's my best bet? Missed that and he killed me with Liquidation. He's Life Orb. Uh-oh, that's bad. That's really bad. Okay, wait a minute. That's super bad. That's really fucking terrible. Especially because Raikou might not be able to kill. Might not be able to kill Tornadus. I don't think I can kill Tornadus. This is bad. Funny thing is, without Life Orb, he probably didn't kill me. Alright, well, I need to lock into Thunderbolt on this thing. So do I go Celebi and just click Psychic? And get some chip damage? Is that what I do here? I actually click Volt Switch first. Did 50. Okay, I think I'm good now. I think I'm good. Raikou did 50 to this thing with Volt Switch, so it's probably just max HP. Yeah. So max HP Araquanid for Celebi. We do 30.8 min with a Psychic. Perfect. Okay. So now it's just Torn with 63, and I should be able to kill it with Raikou? Yeah. That should be... please be enough. It'd be better if I could actually get some damage on this thing first. If I lose this right now, I'm going to be real upset. Oh, I landed that. He Dark Pulsed, and he doesn't kill. Okay, good. Good. Wow! Was that a roll at all? It's max special attack. Modest, I think. If he's modest, that I don't think that ever killed me, but GG's. G fucking G's, my dude. Whew. Tough game. Really tough game. Really tough matchup. Not gonna lie to you. That was a good one. That was a really good one. Oh, wow. Was not expecting it to be that close. Grab that replay, and yeah. GG's. We are 2-0 to start off this season, which I did not expect. He was supposed to be max Spadef with Assault Vest, but he was max Special Attack instead. Interesting. If he had been max Spadef with Assault Vest, that would have changed a couple things that happened. We would have missed out on a couple of KOs that he did get. Very interesting. Very interesting. Because if he had been max Special... if he had been max Special Defense with Assault Vest, I think I probably might have... potentially would have had a chance to get a Special Attack drop as well with the Primarina. But anyways, fun game. I apologize there were no memes in this one. I mean, Reginald got a kill, so I guess that's a meme. Reginald killed the Toxapex, because screw Toxapex. Pants apparently let his hit the floor. He got caught with his pants on the floor, looking like a fool, with his pants on the ground. References. That's my version of a cheap symbol situation for comedy purposes. Comedy. That's what I do here. Yeah, GG's to Scotty, though. 1-0 win. Barely pulled that one out, but we take those. So, yeah. Good stuff. Really, really happy with that. Could have been a much cleaner game. Definitely could have been a much cleaner game. Hitting myself twice in confusion with Scrafty definitely sucked. Because I think if I had hit him with the knockoff into the Drain Punch, I think it actually had a chance to kill on the Sharpedo, and that would have been really nice to be able to do. But unfortunately, that is not the case. That happened. But, again, it is what it is. It's Pokemon. Hacks happens. So, yeah, no big deal. We move on and move forward. Next week, we are taking on Anders and the SK Firewolves. He is responsible for providing us with the Scrafty that just dropped his pants, so thanks, buddy. It's been doing so well for me so far. But in all seriousness, this is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a fun game. He's a solid competitor, so I'm really looking forward to playing him. So, until next week, I'll see you guys then. Peace.